Are you feeling stuck today? Do you have a huge to-do list that you want to do, but you're not getting much done? Let me give you 6 to 7 ideas that you can use starting today so that you can increase your motivation and that you can get more done, even if you don't feel like it. Tip one is check your progress so far. So from your to-do list, how much have you actually gotten done so far today? Even if you just did a couple habits today, that's still progress. So what you want to do is look at your time tracking for today and look at how much you already gotten done. So that way you can use that as motivation to keep going. When you're procrastinating, the reason may be because you realize you're not making much progress. But when you see the amount of progress that you already done, it helps motivate you to do more. So tip one is check your progress so far today. Tip two is remind yourself why you're doing it. So for all your daily success habits, what you could do is on a paper, you could write the motivation reasons why you want to do the habits. So it could be maybe improving something in your life. Maybe it's to improve your brand. Maybe it's to improve your business brand. Maybe it's to get more reach and help more people. Whatever the emotional reasons why you're doing your daily habits. Because it's easy to have a huge to-do list and just keep on doing habits every single day. But over time you feel less motivated if you don't have a strong enough reason why you're doing what you're doing. For each of your daily habits, you need to ask yourself why. Why do I want to do this habit? And what is the end daily reward for doing this habit? Tip three, set a 1 minute timer and then go fast. So what you want to do is just simply get a timer and then you set it for 1 minute and then you start it. The reason why you want to do this is because you will make a small commitment to yourself to do it fast. So if you make a commitment to yourself to do it for just 1 minute, it's a lot easier to get started. You notice a lot of the reasons why you procrastinate on tasks is because it seems like a lot to do. Usually, okay, you may say, okay, I want to read 40 pages or I want to read for 60 minutes, but that's too big and it's a lot more and it's harder to start that way if you have a big task. So what you want to do when you're procrastinating, when you're feeling lazy, you just simply set a 1 minute timer and you start your habit fast and then you keep going until the timer is done. And then once this timer is done, you can either stop, but very likely since you already started and since you already have the momentum, it's a lot easier to keep on reading. Because remember, it's very hard to start, but once you start, it's a lot easier. Tip four is do some quick movements or stretches. So whenever you're feeling lazy and you want to boost your motivation and momentum, you just do some quick stretches. Maybe you go for a run outside, maybe you do some push-ups, whatever thing you can do to move your body. Because remember, once you have your physical momentum going, you're moving, you're stretching, then doing mental tasks like reading, studying, writing a book, that becomes a lot easier because now you have movement and you have momentum. So when you're feeling lazy, get up and move. If you want to keep it simple, when you're feeling lazy, get down and get 10 push-ups and then see how you feel after that. Tip five is you want to help someone else. So you could be like Mr. Beast and give money away to the homeless. Or what you could do is go on social media, go on a post, and then write something valuable and helpful to the people viewing it. So what you want to do is to boost your motivation, you want to help others. Because one of the best ways to smile yourself is to help others smile. So do whatever you can to help others when you want to boost your motivation. And that's a big motivation for your daily habits anyway, is to help others or do it for someone else. Because if you're just doing habits for your own selfish reasons, you're not going to be that motivated. You want to have some selfish reasons, like you want to get stronger, you want to increase your income, increase your social media following, but also 50% of what you do and 50% of your motivation reasons should be for helping other people or helping something else. Tip six is reflect on your past successes and failures. So you want to look back in your life and you want to think about the biggest times you succeeded and the biggest times you failed in general. So for example, for me, one of my biggest successes is when I was a kid, I got a black belt in karate. And then one of my biggest failures in school, I got a lot of C's and D's. So what you want to do is you want to ask yourself, what's the lesson here? And you can also find motivation in this. So for example, With my black belt, you ask, okay, why did I get black belt as a kid? Well, one of the biggest reasons is because I was disciplined and I was practicing my karate skills almost every day. And then if you look at why did I get a bunch of C's and D's in school, the reason is because I was procrastinating a lot on my homework assignments. Because of that, I kept falling behind and I did find it boring, let's just be honest. But you want to find the reasons here in the lessons. So again, whenever you're feeling low energy and procrastinating, look at your past biggest successes and failures and then ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Tip 7 is a mistake to avoid. So whenever you're procrastinating, whenever you have low motivation, a big mistake is people seek entertainment. So when they're procrastinating, say on reading a book, what they do is they play mobile games. You don't want to do that. Because the trap is once you start the negative momentum, it's very hard to stop, especially if it's unplanned or if you have an entertainment goal that you want to do, like we talked about, and then you fail at that. Then it's very hard to stop the momentum. So you don't want to make that mistake. Whenever you're procrastinating low motivation, don't do entertainment. Always do success habits when you're feeling that way. Because once you start that negative momentum, it's very hard to stop. The great thing about these 6+ tips is that you can stack them. Like what you could do is you could say, okay, let me set a 1-minute timer and then also let me write some useful comments on other social media posts. You could do that. Or what you could do is you could use a timer and just say, okay, for 1 minute, I'm going to do some quick stretches, some quick push-ups, jumping jacks, just move around and stretch. So you can stack these tips if you want. Or what you could do is just start off with one of these tips at a time. Or what you could do is start off with the one that you think will help you the most and start that and see how it increases your motivation levels. So comment below which idea of this you think is most helpful for you and subscribe for more ideas like this. Thank you.